Alan Roland, a renowned psychoanalyst who challenged the Western bias in his field and emphasized the influence of culture and upbringing on patients, passed away on July 22nd at his home in Monterey, Mass. He was 93. The cause of death was congestive heart failure, according to his wife, Joan Roland. Dr. Roland gained recognition for his influential 1988 book In Search of Self in India and Japan toward a cross-cultural psychology. A pivotal moment in the development of his ideas occurred in 1971 when a man from India approached him for therapy while he was teaching at the new school in New York. Dr. Roland immediately noticed that the man's mindset differed from that of his American patient, reflecting the variations in family relationships and expectations between the two cultures. Dr. Roland lived for extended period of time in India and Japan, immersing himself in their tradition and sensibilities. He observed and analyzed the distinct ways of communication, family relationships, and societal norms in these cultures, which contrasted with the Western emphasis on individualism. According to Dr. Roland, the psychological makeup of individuals in societies as culturally diverse as India, Japan, and America is deeply influenced by the unique cultural principles of each civilization and the resulting social patterns and child rearing practices. He challenged the prevailing notion among many psychoanalysts that psychology determines culture and society, referring to it as the form of psychoanalytic reductionism. In a 1977 interview with the Berkshire Sampler of Massachusetts, Dr. Roland criticized American psychologists for clinging to an approach rooted in Freudian theories and medical perspective. According to M. Nasir Ilahi, a psychoanalyst who attended Dr. Ronald's seminar on cross-cultural psychoanalysis, encountering Dr. Roland's ideas was a transformative experience. For the first time, Elahi found someone who could articulate the intricate psychological differences between individuals from vastly different cultures such as North America and South Asia. Psychoanalyst Sandra Shapiro, who attended Dr. Roland's memorial service, expressed her familiarity with his work and described meeting him in person just before his passing. She acknowledged Dr. Roland's humility and openness, particularly in his approach to therapy with culturally diverse individuals. Born on June 20th, 1930, in Brooklyn, Jacob Alan Roland grew up in a creative family. His father, J. Roland, was an artist who changed the family name from Goldstein. His mother, Lillian Suttonberg Roland, was a homemaker. Dr. Roland completed his education at Poly Prep Country Day School in Brooklyn. He later obtained a bachelor's degree in sociology from Antioch College in Ohio in 1955 and a PhD in clinical psychology from Adelphi University on Long Island in 1960. In 1962, Dr. Roland married Joan Gardner, who was pursuing her doctorate at Columbia University. They visited India together in 1964 and returned 13 years later, during which time Dr. Roland conducted the research that culminated in his influential 1988 book. Beside his clinical practice, Dr. Roland authored several other books, including Cultural Pluralism and Psychoanalysis, The Asian and North American Experience 1996, and Journeys to Foreign Slaves, Asians and Asians Americans in a Global Era 2011. He was also an accomplished artist, exhibiting his watercolors and etchings in various shows. Dr. Roland's son Ariel highlighted his father's lifelong interest in Eastern spiritual practices and his ability to integrate these pursuits with his Jewish background. Dr. Roland is survived by his wife Joan, his son Ariel, his daughter Tika Sender, and three grandchildren. In addition to his contribution to psychoanalysis, Dr. Roland wrote plays and offered psychoanalytic interpretation of plays. He believed that his artistic endeavors were interconnected with his with his clinical practice as both required a degree of audacity and ability to construct a comprehensive understanding of human experiences.